Well, everyone, thank you for joining us tonight for Networks Live on Demand. I'm Liz Jones, the Blue Star Family's career coordinator. I wanted to take a few minutes to go over the Zoom platform. If you haven't used it before, you'll see that there's a menu bar, and you'll also see a box that says question Q&A and chat. For this webinar, if you have questions, go ahead and type them in the Q&A box. If Bobbi doesn't see them, then I'll interrupt her and ask your questions. Also, you'll see the chat function. During the webinar, you can chat with each other or chat with us using that. We are excited to bring to you Bobbi Pack, the founder of Lost During My PCS. Bobbi, keep in mind, Bobbi is not a member of the Department of Defense and is no way affiliated with them or any other moving company contracted by them. And with that, I'll turn it over to her and let her tell you about herself and Lost During My PCS.
Yay, thank you. Well, yes, so Lost During My PCS, obviously, thank you so much, Blue Star Families, for, having me here. I'm so excited. It's, it's like it's fun to come and do this. I'm so excited. Lost During My PCS, this is kind of just something that we came up with. It kind of just tells you what we are, kind of gives you a little background about us, and kind of says, hey, we're here to have some fun in terms of like what we are and help you find things and, kind of all that good jazz. But that's me. My name is Bobbi Pack. I am currently stationed in Sacramento, California with my husband, who is active duty Army. We have two kiddos. Both of them are teenagers. So that's awfully fun. But that's my background is in actually in marketing and social media as well as communications. And so I kind of had the background to work with social media and all that fun jazz. And that kind of sparked to start the Lost During My PCS and kind of move into pushing the website and doing blogs and vlogs and all that, fun jazz that we are going to get into with, Lost During My PCS. So the story behind Lost During My PCS is I actually, when we were stationed at Fort Bragg in 2014, I came across a story. I honestly cannot even remember to tell you how I came across the story, but it was an officer's spouse who lost her wedding dress. And it completely broke my heart. And I thought, this is ridiculous because we've all been through PCSs. I've done 5 and I've lost stuff. Stuff's been broken. I am yet to do a PCS that has been absolutely phenomenal. And if there's somebody out there who has done a perfect PCS, I need to meet you. I need to meet you now because I've never done one and I want to know, what is your secret? So please contact me if you've done a perfect PCS. But it broke my heart. And I thought, oh my gosh, this poor lady completely, lost her wedding dress. And that's something that a lot of us, know as women, we hold, dear to our heart. It's something we want to pass on to our children if we can, or, just hold and kind of keep with us. It's like, a keepsake. And so I kind of hit the ground and looked and thought, there's no community that I could find that is just centered around lost and found items for a PCS. So I started the Facebook group with honestly just the spouses that were in my area at Fort Bragg in the little Nijmegen area that we lived in on post. And it grew and it grew. And I kind of put it on the back burner a little bit because I was working for an outside company and I had kids and all that good jazz. And then it's somewhere out of nowhere this past summer, it just started booming. And I thought, what is going on? And that's when I, just kind of thought, okay, there's what is going on here? Why is all of a sudden out of nowhere, this Facebook group is just going like wildfire and we're getting like 1,000 new members a week. This is insane. What is going on? And so that's when, I kicked in and thought, okay, so I did a lot of research and thought, okay, we're going to get behind this and figure out what's going on. And so that's why I'll tell you kind of why I got behind the whole Lost During My PCS and really boomed this past couple months. At Lost During My PCS, kind of what we offer, which now we have we just hit 12,000 members on our main Facebook group this morning. So I'm really excited about that. We have several different groups that we've kind of branched off what we call sister groups. So we have our Lost and Found group, which is where you can put all your lost and found items, anything that you've lost during a PCS. I don't care if it's 48 boxes or if it is just one box, or if it's, 2 boxes, or if it is something that is your wedding china, or if it's huge. We have a gal that lost a 250-pound sign. Doesn't matter. I don't care what it is. Put it on there. That's for that. Also, found items. A lot of us know we get things that just get put in our shipment and we're like, what is this? We showed up to, I think it was Fort Bragg, and I was like, this isn't mine. What is this? And we ended up with somebody's entire gardening supplies. And I was like, these aren't mine. And they were like, no, you have to take them. You have to take them. You have to take them. And I was like, what are you talking about? So totally get that. We end up with things that are not ours. Add those on that Lost and Found page. The Hangout. We all go through, our times when we're PCSing and we're just like, and we just want to pull our hair out. Well, that's kind of where the Hangout comes in, because as military spouses or active duty members or reservists, whatever the case may be, whether you're a fiance, a spouse, a child, whatever, if hopefully you're 18 or over, if you're going to go on there and kind of hang out, but I guess if you have a Facebook page, but kind of vent a little bit and just be like, hey, I am so frustrated. The mover showed up and this is what happened, and they were late, and there's only one person to come pack my house that is 2,600 square foot. I have 7 kids, and there's one person that's going to pack this house. We're supposed to leave tomorrow. The truck's coming to load tomorrow, and I'm just completely frustrated. Go on there and just let it out. Let it all out. The questions group is exactly what that is. Go ask any question pertaining to PCSing. We all have questions. I've done 5 PCSs and I still have questions. There's still times that I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. And we all come from different branches of the military. And with me starting this journey and really learning more and more about PCSing, which I'm still learning and I'm still going to continue to learn as, my husband's career goes, is we all have different experiences, and everything that we like, the Army is totally different from the Marines and the Air Force and the Navy. And when my husband tells me, he's Army, and he says, no, the Air Force PCS is more than us, and their acronym is this and this, and I'm just like, oh, there's so much to learn. So go ask on there. Ask all those questions. There's no such thing as a dumb question. And a lot of people will come onto our groups and they'll say, this is probably a dumb question. No, there's no such thing as a dumb question. Don't ever be scared. And if you don't want to put yourself out there and you're not like me, that is just will put yourself in front of anything, you can email me, or you'll see me as an admin on all those pages. Facebook me in a private message and I'll ask that question for you. I'm not afraid to do that. Or you can always email us, lostduringmypcs@gmail.com. We will ask those for you. And our other one is our Purge Party. So you are getting ready to PCS, and what is the first thing that you do? I hope it's what I do, which is I purge everything. I just am like, okay, so my husband is this rank, which means I have this much, amount in weight that I can go with without going over. So I'm going to need to purge some items. And that's where the Purge Party comes in. So if we kind of teach you how to have a purge party, which is a lot of fun, it really is, because it kind of is a way to barbecue and have some great fun with the people in your neighborhood, and then get rid of stuff, which you all have to get rid of the stuff in your kitchen. We can't take that half bottle of ketchup or that half bottle of mayonnaise. So that kind of is part of the purge party. But also the purge party on there is go on there and say, hey, this is me. I'm stationed at Fort Knox. And this is, everything that I need to get rid of, and just go on with there and say whether it's free or you'd like some money for it, and, put it on there and get it out there. And the same thing goes for when you get to your new duty station. Say you get there and you're just like, whoa, I realized I have 27 pairs of jeans and I don't need this. Put it on there. Make some money when you get to your new duty station. Why not? or give it away, whatever you'd like to do. So that's what the Purge Party is. The website, which we are completely, working on, and we'll continue to revamp it and make it the best we can, has a lot of different, parts to it and a lot of great information. The resources page is full and jam-packed with everything that I have personally done through a PCS, and it's basically goes through the different checklists and the different steps and what I've done, 3 months out, 2 months out, 1 month out, 1 week out, the day of, while I'm PCSing. Everything that I put out there is stuff that I have done myself. So is it perfect? No. Is it going to work for everybody? Maybe, maybe not. But the thing is I'm going to put it out there and I'm going to let you know. If you guys have ideas that maybe work better than mine, or maybe are stuff that I haven't even thought of, let us know, because we can always add that. And that's what's so great about our community, is let me know, and I would love to put that stuff out there, because there's always something that I haven't thought of. I've never PCSed with an infant. My kiddos, when we first PCSed, were in elementary school. I've never PCSed with, a kiddo that's on EFMP. Let me know, hey, give me that information. Let's put it out there. Maybe, that's something that you would want to contribute. The great thing about Lost During My PCS is everything's free that we put out there. And we're a community of military, spouses and members that we want to get that information out to everybody else. So I don't have all the answers, but I would like to share with you my experiences, and I'm hoping that you'll share them with me. So that's kind of where the resources come in. We do have a Lost and Found forum on the website. The reason behind that is because we have had a lot of families that don't feel comfortable putting their information out on the Facebook pages. Completely understand. A lot of them have been concerned about OPSEC. Totally get that. So we've created the Lost and Found forum that we've actually put out on the, sorry about that, the sun went behind the clouds. Get kind of dark, look kind of tan. The Lost and Found forum. So if you don't feel comfortable putting that information out on the Facebook pages, that's completely fine. It's free to join. The information goes only to me, nobody else. We don't sell your information. I would never do that. It goes directly onto once you sign, only thing I get is your email address. And if you can ask anybody else, I don't bug you, it's just me. So that information will go on there, and that way you have that information out of, I lost this, I didn't lose this, or I found this, or this one here, or hey, I lost this and I put it out there, but I found it. So you can put anything you want out there. That's on the Lost and Found forum. So if you're not real comfortable putting that information out there, that's okay, because you can go ahead and put it on the Lost and Found forum, and it's completely anonymous. The deals and discounts, what's great about that is that's just some information about everybody in our community coming together to say, hey, when I PCSed, I used this company to ship my, my animals from Fort Bragg to, Germany, or from here to Italy, or here to there. This is the company I used, and this is what the great experience was. So everything you'll see on there is what everybody has told me that they've had great experiences for. Nobody's paid to put that information on there. I have experiences with dogs on deployment. That's why they're on there. I've had great experiences with them. I've used them in the past. I've also volunteered for them. They have not paid me. I've put that on there because I personally believe in them, and that's why they're on there. So that's different things like that is part of the community. Freebies, I haven't dug into that yet. That's still under construction, so I'm working on that. Anything you guys can give me to add to that, please do, and we'll put it out there. Anything you know about freebies in terms of free stuff that deals with PCSing, let me know. The blog is written all by our military spouse team, and that is all their experiences or things that they do during a PCS. So that is strictly all about PCSing. It's fun. It's kind of, some of it's like, hey, do this, or I've done that, or some of it is along the lines of checklists, or how to turn, your house on post into a home, different things like that. The PCS guide is we're actually working on that, and it's going to be an interactive PCS guide that is going to be able for you guys to interact with through your I almost said your PCS, your PC, your Mac, and then hopefully I'm looking into being able to have it interact via an app, and that'll all be free. So we're currently working on that as well. So that'll be, you know, great for you. Also on the resources side, you'll see if you scroll down on our website, we have who we've recently just made a great connection and partnership with, which is PCS Grades. And that is, if you go scroll down, you can grade your PCS. If you click on that, you can go right over to them, and it allows you to put out there a review on how your moving company was, how your living experience on post was, the off post. I mean, it's amazing. It's free to sign up just like it is with us, and it allows you to just put it out there, and you can read the reviews too, which is so great because it allows you to read reviews by other military families. So that is, check that out. That's an awesome, you know, entity to check out. So I basically went over and kind of just told you what our Facebook groups offer our members, and kind of, you know, let you know this is what you can do. The Lost and Found, a lot of people do put questions out there on the Lost and Found one. That's okay. You can completely do that. And I try to answer as much as I can, but the great thing about our community is all of our military community is answering each other. And we have a lot of different, I mean, branches. And then we have, you know, the rookie spouse to the veteran spouse to, you know, the first PCS to the last PCS. And so, you know, that's all of that information is on there, which is fantastic. And they're there to answer those questions. And I learned stuff too. Like I said, I'm not perfect. So a lot of it is stuff that I'm learning as we go with the, you know, what it offers you. The great thing about Lost During My PCS is we do have some amazing success stories. We have managed to, which is so amazing, actually through the Facebook page, is actually have other military families put their items out there and then actually get them back. So we have actually seen that happen, and it's been amazing. We have about, to date, because of the recent boom, we have about 10 success stories of people actually getting their items back. And it's all done through Lost During My PCS. So it's all done collaboratively through the website as well as the Facebook pages. So back to the beginning, why all of a sudden did I see this boom in the last, you know, basically over the summer, of everything on the Facebook page just going like crazy and getting about 1,000 new members a week? After I did my research, I have found that this was possibly the worst PCS season ever. And it's just been insane. There's been more things broke, more things lost. It's just, there's been more things go wrong this last PCS season than any other season, which is unacceptable. And it's putting a lot of strain on military families, and it's putting a lot of strain on the military, if you think about it, because it has to, you know, do something to retention rates. So it's that's the boom. That's why, because more people have lost and things and had broken items than anything else. The stories that have been brought over to me, whether it's personally through my Facebook page, personally being sent, and my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, I get sent messages all the time, and people confiding in me and telling me their stories. And some of them, it's almost unreal and unheard of. And some of them I have to go, hold on, and I have to read it again. And so Lost During My PCS is also, obviously, it's our goal and it's our mission to hopefully help with this problem. And this is just, it's unacceptable, and it's not okay for our military families to have to go through this. It's not. And so we are, you know, they're working with, you know, collaboratively, hopefully, with the Department of Defense Digital Service. They're phenomenal. And basically they currently, right now, this week, they have put together a great little group at Scott Air Force Base. If you're close to there, please let me know, and I will get you that information. I've already put it out on the Facebook page, but I'll get you that information. It's just this week. and they're doing a group that is coming together like a focus group to kind of get some ideas from military spouses as well as active duty members. But if you can't make it, please, which a lot of people have already done, and I have so many stories to send to them, it's unreal. Send me your stories, your comments, your photos, everything PCS related that is of a concern to you. Send it to us, whether you send it to my personal Facebook page or send it to my email, which is lostduringmypcs@gmail.com. Because through that, I want to work with them, and I want to be able to hopefully figure out what is the deal here. And I want to be able to, and talk on everyone's behalf to say, hey, this is what's going on. There's so many things that are happening, and the amount of things that are being lost is just ridiculous. And there's ways we can stop it. And here's what we can do, and here's how we need to do it, but we have to do it together. And it's unreal. And that's why, I feel that with us coming together as a team and a unit, and you guys really working to let me know what's happening and what's going on, and you are through the Facebook page and everything. We just need to continue to, push this stuff out there. And if we want to help each other get the items back that we've lost, we really need to follow, there's a way that we need to do it. And we need to make sure that we get the information out there, and we spread the Facebook page, obviously, like wildfire. We need to, we have 12,000 people, which is a lot, but there's a lot more people in the military that are PCSing, and we need to get this out to them. Because if we can have this community of all of us, all branches, that are all together in this community, and then we're saying, okay, so here's me, I PCS from this place to this place at this time, and this is my moving company. It did or did not go into storage. This is what I'm missing. These are the photos. Help me. For right now, that's what we have to go off of until we can come up with a better system. This is what we need to do as a community so we can get this stuff back. Because the stuff that is going missing is stuff that we need to get back into these people's hands. And so that's kind of what Lost During My PCS is we really need to come together. And if I could do it all alone and get all this stuff back to all these people, I would. But I really need everybody else's assistance, because I'm only in California, and I can't be at all these other places, at all these other posts and bases and, shipyards and everything else. So I really need the assistance of everybody else. So that's kind of, it's where we all come in as a team. But that is, that's part of it. It's so much more. It's kind of everybody just working together and really helping each other find these items. And there's so many, different stories out there of people who, and some of this stuff is unreal. It's almost unheard of. Like these stories that everyone sends me, it makes you kind of just take another step back and think, okay, wait a minute. Wait. But I want to be able to work with, the defense team. And I don't work for the DOD, but I want to be able to, work with them and say, hey, here's what we have. Obviously we have a problem. Here's what's going on. So let's make a solution. And I'm not military. I've never served. I've only been a spouse. And so I can only see what I can see on my side. And so coming from a civilian side, it seems like it would be really easy if we just did. But the amount of things that are going lost, and the amount of things that are being broken, and it's the things that are happening needs to stop, and it needs to come, it needs to stop, because it's just getting to the point where it's really causing a lot of stress and headache for all of our military families. So hopefully we can hopefully we can try and help that. And with Lost During My PCS, I want to get the word out there. I want everybody to know that this is out there. It's free. Nothing costs. Everything is available to you. Put it out there. Please let everybody know it's available. And it's, put your information out there. If you have any questions, let me know. If you're, unsure and you're not comfortable with putting that information out there, then that's where I come in and I can put it out there for you. But is there any questions that we can, I can answer or kind of step back or?
Hi, Bobbi. Yes, actually, there are some questions. So, one of the first questions is, do you have any tips and or tricks for PCSing military members?
Tips and tricks?
Yeah, any tips?
Yes, there's actually, if you go onto the website, there's actually a step-by-step checklist that I've done that is 3 months out, 2 months out, 1 month out, and then it goes after the 1 month. It goes every week, and then it actually goes to the day that the movers come, the day before the movers come, the day they come, the day after, to the day you leave. And there's it actually walks you through everything I've done. And I did that my last PCS from Fort Bragg to here, and that's a cross the country move, and only 2 things broke. And the only reason my poor washer and dryer broke, and I think it's because they're as old as my teenager who's now 17. So I think that might have been part of it. But the tips are, one, I mean, you have to prepare, you have to get ready, and the tricks are you really, I mean, go look at that checklist, because I'm telling you, it will really help you out to know this is what you need to do. This is what do all these steps and make sure this is done. Don't get complacent and think, hey, this is my 5th PCS, I've got this. No, you have to always, stay on your toes. Even though I've been through 5 of them, I still follow the movers around. I hung out with them in every single room, and they were like, you can go. And I was like, no, I'm good. No, I hung out with them, and I followed them every single room they went through. And I just hung out with them, and I had my laptop, and I was just there in every room, and there I went. It's little things like that. You have to remember to continue to do the little things and not stop. And you may think it's tiny, but it's not. So every little thing is very important, and just continue to do it, and check out the checklist, because I'm telling you, it will really help you. And then there's a blog on the website. I think it's the very first blog. It's called, I think it's red dot, blue dot, green dot. And I did that my very first PCS back when we PCSed at Fort Carson. Saved my life. It was absolutely amazing. And it was basically color coding everything. And it made my life so much easier. So that's a good one.
Nice. Another question is, what should we do if we find that we have items from somebody else's PCS shipment? Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I know, because almost everyone ends up with somebody else's stuff. What I've suggested is go on to the Lost During My PCS Facebook page and put the information out there. Take pictures of it. If you have pictures of if the box has a name on it, take a picture of the name. If whatever information is written on the box, make sure that's in the picture. And then if there is obviously a sticker on it, take a picture of that as well. In there, you need to put found item, left Fort Bragg PCS to Fort Carson. We PCSed on, the truck left my house on June 14th of 2017, and my items did not go into storage, but came straight to Fort Carson, unloaded on June 20th of 2017, and put all that information out there. And that way we know the who, what, where, when, why. Mayflower moved us. All that information has to be out there, because if it is, then it's a lot easier for everybody to go, oh, okay, then it kind of helps us. And if you knew for a fact when your stuff was picked up at Fort Bragg, because most of us ask, are you picking up anybody else's stuff? Do you have any stops? Is there somebody else's stuff going in the truck with you? Because a lot of times they'll break the truck and it'll be your stuff in the front and somebody else's stuff in the back. Ask the truck driver. That's another tip. And make sure you put that in there to say the truck driver stated that there was another family stuff going in here, and they were stopping off in San Diego, or they were stopping off at Fort Riley, or whatever the case may be. Put that in there, because then that might trigger something to go, oh, wait a minute, that's mine. And people will say that, and it will come out of nowhere. And then so put that in there, and then once you put that in there, that way a lot of times it'll just get circled, and somebody will say, oh, wait a minute, oh, that's my shoe. And so, and it's something little as silly as that, or like us ending up with we have five snow shovels now. We live in Northern California. I mean, and we live in Sacramento. It doesn't snow here. We have 5 snow shovels, and I'm still yet to find the people that they own, who own them. But it's things like that. Get that out there, and we have to put all that information in there, or we don't know. If you just say, I found this, well, it's like, okay, well, we need to know all that pertinent information so we can help you find the owners of that stuff.
Okay. Let's see. I'm looking to see if there's any more questions. It looks like there's no more questions in the box, but I was just wondering personally, if I do end up with somebody else's stuff, how do I get it back to them? Am I responsible for paying for it as far as shipping, or is it, this moving company pays for it, or?
That's a good question.
Do you even have the answer to that?
A lot of people have been they've been collaborating with each other, and they've been saying, I'll pay for it if you just send it back to me. One gal that our very first success story, where she found a walking stick from a guy that a military member that actually walked on Mount Fuji with it. She shipped it back to him. And so it was like, I think that the military members, because we're such a tight knit, close community, that they're just kind of collaborating with each other, and they're saying, oh, I'll pay. And some people are even saying to me, please put out there, if they find my stuff, I'll pay for the shipping, things like that. So a lot of people are saying that when they contact me, and then some people are not. But if I could generate some revenue, maybe I could pay for it, but yeah. I don't generate revenue. Everything is free. I don't make any money on doing this. So, that's a good question. And that's one question that I have put out to, a lot of people of, hey, it's, make sure you put that in there of, if you find my stuff, I'll pay for it. Or, if this is your stuff, will you pay the shipping? And I think it just depends on the situation and what it is, what the stuff is. I mean, if it's a huge box that's like that, it may cost a lot of money. But if it's something that means something to somebody else, I think they'll probably pay for the shipping to get it back.
All right. Well, it doesn't look like there's any more questions. Is there anything that you feel like you wanted to add?
I think it's just important for everyone just to, hopefully just spread the word about, our community with Lost During My PCS, and get it out there. And that way, we can hopefully help people, with their lost or their found items, and get that stuff back to them, or, whatever the case may be. I think that, I can spread it so much, but I don't have a budget, so I don't pay for advertising. It's all word of mouth. And so that's really important, just for everyone to help me kind of spread that and get it out there. And if anybody has ideas or wants to contribute to the blog or anything like that, I mean, we're always open to that. Absolutely.
That's really significant that you have 12,000 followers and no revenue for advertisement.
Yeah.
Huge. That is grassroots right there.
I would love to make, millions and billions, but my main thing is, it's just, obviously I live it every day in terms of the military community. And it just, I really seriously want to help with this problem, because it's such a huge problem. And so it's, I want to try to figure out what we're doing. And I do have, that's kind of why I'm collaborating with, the Department of Defense's digital service, and saying, hey, here's my ideas. Here's what we can do. Here's what we have. Let's work together and help and get this, get this stopped, so we don't have to, stress out, or we don't have to have people, ETSing because they don't want to be in the military anymore, because they don't want to PCS. And it happens a lot. There is stories out there, and I have a lot of them, where the spouses have said, I'm done. I'm done. This is it. You're getting out because I'm not PCSing anymore. I've had it. And it happens. And it needs to stop. And the only way to stop it is to come up with a better system. And there is ways to do it. But it's just the fact that I think that the DoD does need to listen to, what we're saying, and they need to understand that this is happening. And they need to put a stop to it, and they need to fix it. It's a broken system is what it is. And, it's not okay that you have all of us as military families that are, dealing with all this. And some people will say, well, it's your fault, you signed up for it, the whole thing. Well, it's a volunteer. Yeah, it is, but I didn't volunteer to let somebody break half of my stuff or lose 48 boxes or lose all this stuff no, that's not what I signed up for. No, it's kind of a, I don't think that people who have never dealt with this situation had to quite understand. That's not, no, we didn't sign up to say, hey, I'm giving my entire life to a stranger to haul across the country for me. And for some reason, how is it that I put my entire house in this truck and you went from point A to point B, but you somehow lost half of my house, but you never opened that truck? I just don't. It's like, wait a minute. Yeah. So that's why I want to collaborate and work with them to come up with a system, and I have it. Question is, will they listen?
Hopefully they will. Well, to thank you for your time tonight, or today. It's daytime or afternoon for you.
I know. Yeah, it's not even dinner time yet.
Yeah, it's nighttime over here on the East Coast. So with that, I just wanted to thank you very much for joining us, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Since there are no more questions. So much. All right, thank you.
Thank you.